Hey guys, Marksovis12 here, and this is going to be a bit of a different video because usually I do live commentary when I'm playing a video game. But this is going to be a case where I've got a bunch of clips that I recorded and I've gone through the clips, organised them, I've then written notes about them, and now I'm going to give an outline of each clip through post-commentary describing the glitch in some small amount of detail. So, this is 15 glitches in Super Mario Advance for the Game Boy Advance. Key through ceiling glitch. This is a bit of a simple glitch to start off with, but what you need to do is you need to find an area where the player is able to grab some mushroom blocks and stack them to make a tower in the same area of the game that you can find a key. The easiest level to do this in is World 1-3. Once the player puts the last mushroom block in the same space that the key occupies, the key will shoot through the ceiling and find the nearest floor above it. However, in the NES version of the game and the SNES version of the game, the key gets partially stuck in the wall, although in the SNES version sometimes the mushroom block and the key occupy the same space. Magic Potion Door Softlock. While messing around with potion doors in Super Mario Advance, I noticed that you could do several different things with them that you couldn't do in previous versions of Super Mario Bros. 2. This case is where if the player is entering a door at the same time as another potion door spawns, then the player gets stuck in place. In the NES version of the game, this cannot be tested as it's impossible to despawn a door. However, in the SNES version it is, although the softlock doesn't occur. Locked Magic Potion Door. So, continuing on from the previous glitch, this glitch occurs when the player puts a second door into the same position as the first door. If the player does this in the Game Boy Advance version, the game softlocks, as if the door is locked. However, in the NES version and the SNES version, the game continues as normal. Multiple Magic Potion Doors. And finally, for the Magic Potion Door glitches, this glitch is what happens when you spawn two doors at the same time. Now, normally the game tries to prevent you from spawning two doors. However, if you're able to throw a potion in such a way that you're able to pick up a second potion and throw it onto the ground, two doors are able to spawn at the same time. The funny thing about this glitch is that in the NES version, obviously doors don't respawn because they never expected you to bring a potion to the location of another potion. But in the SNES version, no matter how well timed your throws are, you're never able to spawn two doors at the same time. Fast Carpet. This is already a well-known glitch in Super Mario Bros. 2. The requirements for this glitch are to find a Pidgeot, take its carpet, throw the Pidgeot off screen, and then return to where the Pidgeot spawns in order to get a second carpet. First carpet will now move faster until either it or the other carpet despawns. Spark Chaser Stuck in Place. So this is just another silly small glitch really, that I decided to throw in for fun. It doesn't really do anything. Rolling Yoshi Egg. So this is probably one of the only known glitches for Super Mario Advance on the internet, which is kind of strange as I've been finding these glitches through experimentation alone quite easily. But I digress. This glitch involves Luigi, specifically Luigi, going into a pipe with a spark chaser. Then all you have to do with Luigi is have him damage boost into one of the sparks, which should shoot him up past the ladders and allow him to leave the pipe. Once outside the pipe, the spark chaser has now turned into a Yoshi Egg, and it can be thrown like normal. Pipe Music Glitch. So this is another really small one. Basically, if you pick up the orb and then go into a pipe, the music for the pipe just starts over again after the same amount of timing that the orb music ends. In the NES version, while this glitch is technically possible, the piece of music that plays when you pick up an orb is too short for it to have a noticeable effect. There is another way to demonstrate the glitch though, using the Starman theme. In the SNES version, while the fanfare is longer, the glitch does not happen. Die and complete. To be honest, I didn't really know what to call this glitch, so I decided to name it after the same glitch found in Super Mario Bros. 1. So the concept of this one is pretty simple really. All you need to do is get to the end of a level, the Hawkmouth Gate, that's what they're called, and die while entering it. The easiest way to do this is to have an enemy patrolling nearby, and be holding something in your hands while inside the gate. This can also be done with Phanto and a key. This glitch is exactly the same in both the NES and SNES version. From this point on, any other glitches that have the exact same outcome in all three versions, I'm only going to mention the Game Boy Advance version. Zero Hearts. So this glitch is an extension of the previous glitch, but instead of actually finishing a level, you go into a boss fight. And because you died while transitioning between areas, the game doesn't actually check to see if you've just died, and continues as normal. Collecting a heart in this state gives you 2 hearts, and dying is the same as normal. Bonus Chance Overflow. This glitch is exclusive to the Game Boy Advance version, as in the NES version and the SNES versions, you cannot actually bet coins outside of the initial bet of 1 coin. Don't know why they did it like that, but to be fair, I guess the bonus chance thing was just an afterthought, and then when it came to the Game Boy Advance version, they decided to make it a little bit more fancy. Because of this, we can take advantage of either the Nintendo Switch Online's Rewind feature, or the Rewind feature in any other emulator, basically. So what you want to do is you want to go to level 3-1. At the beginning of the level, there's a split path between going up or going down. What you want to do is you want to go down. You also want to be towed for this. You're going to want to pick up the potion inside the little cave area, put it between the roots. You're going to want to pick up as many coins as possible. In this example, I picked up 12 coins each time. Then after that, you're just going to want to beat the level like normal. And then you'll go to the bonus chance screen. You're going to want to bet all of your coins. And then you're going to try to get 777, rewinding as necessary until you eventually get it. After this, if you bet enough coins, your winnings should be more than 100. In this case, it says C0 up, which is 120 lives. Victory music after death. I think I'm going to do the clips in reverse order this time, just to make things a bit interesting. The glitch itself involves the player dying in a boss fight. For some reason, the game decides to play the music out in its entirety in the NES and SNES version, before having the player actually die. In the Game Boy Advance version, however, the player dies in the middle of the victory theme, even though it tries to play the victory theme anyway. Also, side note, I couldn't really think of a better name for this glitch other than possibly premature victory music, I don't know. Big enemy through a ceiling. So technically this can be done with any large enemy in the Game Boy Advance version of the game, but basically the only place that's really practical to do it in is in World 4-3, although getting the Shy Gap here doesn't really do anything. It's not technically a glitch, I feel like this is programmed like this, but yeah, this glitch / trick doesn't really serve any practical purpose. Out of Bounds Warp. So this one feels like it should be a big one, like it should be like a really big glitch that lets you skip a lot of the game. But all I've found so far is just some mildly interesting things that seem to make you either go to the next screen anyway, or they make you backtrack, which is kind of disappointing. The glitch acts the same way in the NES, SNES, and Game Boy Advance versions, with the exception of the Game Boy Advance version having one of the methods removed. So in the original NES and SNES versions, you could use a potion. Now, in order to get out of bounds, you'd have the potion bounce on your head while you're trying to climb down a vine. By pressing up and down at the same time as the potion hits you, you're able to clip slightly below the floor, which allows you to keep climbing down the vine off screen, taking you to a different area. In the NES version, in World 1-1, this takes you back to the beginning of the game for some reason. However, in the SNES version, depending on whether the character's facing left or right, I can't really tell why this happens. It either takes you outside the cave area, or it takes you into the cave. This can be done with any ladder in the game, as it can be done with not just the potion, but it can also be done with the key, and it can also be done with enemies, as they have hitboxes that push the player through the floor. Although it's trickier to use an enemy as they don't bounce, and they also cause damage, which is a bit problematic. But there is an interesting sub-glitch of this, which will be discussed next. Extra heart in the Yoshi challenge. So, my god, this is probably like the biggest glitch I have found in this game, and the sad thing is it doesn't really amount to anything, I guess. It's just something you can do to flex. So, quick rundown. In the Yoshi challenge, 2 of the mushrooms are replaced by a Yoshi Egg, leaving 1 mushroom left, as usually you're able to get 3 mushrooms in the Game Boy Advance version of the game. However, there's an exception in one of the levels, but we're not going to talk about that. What you need to do is you need to go to World 1-2 during the Yoshi challenge and collect the first mushroom. It's found near the pipes in the overworld. Then you need to unlock the door and enter the cave, and then use the bombs to blow up the rocks that are blocking up the area with the ladder and the grey snippet. Yes, I'm reading off a script for this one. The timing is pretty tricky here, but basically what you need to do is you need to pick up the snippet, do a power squat jump, and throw the snippet inside the wall where the ladder is. If you did it right, the snippet should fall on top of you the same way as a potion or a key. You need to use it to clip through the ladder and exit the screen. This will warp you to World 1-1 with all your progress carried over from the previous level. All you need to do now in World 1-1 is go find the potion near the exit of the cave door, go into Subcon and grab the mushroom. Unfortunately, one of the side effects of this glitch is that you can't actually finish the challenge, as it doesn't count your eggs, because I guess the data gets a little bit confused or something, I don't know. But it's cool, I guess, and that's about it really.